I am going to take you back right now.
I'm going to take you back to my crib.
What is up, guys? Welcome to another video, and today we are here for an episode of Stick or Twist. And today we are on Gran Turismo 4. I thought I'd take you guys back, a bit of a nostalgia trip. I haven't done this on Gran Turismo in a while, so I thought, why not take a step back to GT4. I've also got a game save, as you can see from the top of my screen. I think that must be more than 4 trillion. I actually don't know what that is.
Get that money!
It's a lot. It's a lot of money. So we can basically do anything today. And we're going to do Stick and Twist. Now, I'm not going to explain it. I don't want to, so I'll link other Stick and Twists in the description if you want to learn what Stick and Twist is. It's probably the better way of doing things. But anyway, yeah, we're going to get straight into this. Now, to make things a slightly bit more interesting, we're not going to get any new cars. We're going to go into the used car section because, like I said, that makes everything a whole lot more interesting. And we've got cars. We've got lots of cars. Now, we're going to go into the 1980s one because I think this will make things just a bit more interesting. So I've got my random number generator up on my left. We're going to generate the first random number and we're going to see what we get. Right, so the first number we got was number 19, and that is a Toyota Carrying Ed. What is this car? I actually don't know what it is. I don't think I've ever seen one of those, like, in real life ever. I do recognize that back end. Is that a chaser? That's like a chaser back end. Right, we're not using that. I've never actually even heard of that before, so we're just going to generate another random number. We got number 21. That's a Nissan PAL. Again, don't think I've ever seen one of those in my life ever. Right, we're gonna take that leap of faith and we're gonna use our last spin. Remember, the last spin, it doesn't matter what it is, I've got to use it. So the last spin is number 16. This is a good one. This is a good one. Right, so we landed on a S13, so that was a good spin. Took the risky option, but it paid off, so that's good. Now, because we're on Gran Turismo, there's really 2 major things we can do. We can either race with the Silvia, or we can drift with the Silvia. Now, what I'm going to do is flip a coin on camera now. If it lands on heads, it's a drift build, and if it's tails, it's a grip build. Right, so here we go. Right, it's heads. It's a bit fucked because the coin's dirty. I'm not sure if that's even going to focus. It's heads. That is heads. You can't really see it because the coin is disgusting. But that's heads. So let's go ahead and go for a drift build. This has gone so in my favor. It's great. This is actually great. Low-key reminds me of the Soleil from Initial D. It's literally the same color and all, which is pretty cool. Right, so the first thing we're going to do, because we're in Gran Turismo, is we've actually got to replace the oil. Now, because obviously it's a used car, usually used car, the oil runs out and stuff. So we're going to give it a car a wash. We're going to change the oil. We're just going to take care of our new drift build, basically. So let's go ahead and do this. Right, so now my dads have cleaned the car, we're going to go ahead and put some racing tyres on it. Now, whatever we pick, sadly, it's not going to be like big, the rims aren't going to be big, just because in Gran Turismo 4 the rims aren't particularly big, doesn't matter really what we go for. So I kind of need to pick something which is going to suit a small rim size, which is going to be hard. Right, now I think the main issue with rims is finding rims which are going to suit this car, because you can't change the rim size on this game. So I think honestly that's going to be the hardest thing to do. It's also relatively limited. The rim choice is relatively limited. They've got a few brands, but not many. Which makes, you know, obviously my life a bit harder. Let's go for these. I feel like these suit the car really well. I have no clue what BBS rims these rims actually are. They look really nice, so we're going to go ahead and pop those on. Now, we could put a wing on as well, but honestly, I think it looks a bit dumb if we just have that. So we're going to leave the stock spoiler on, and we're just going to slam it to the flow. A new city course has been added to the city courses. Right, so, we're not done here yet. We're not done here yet. We need to actually upgrade the car. Now, we have the option of either using Nismo parts or using, you know, tuner parts from this area. So, as you can see there, it says, you know, we can use Amuse parts, HKS parts, etc. So, I'm torn between either going with Nismo or HKS. The S13 has parts from Blitz, Trial, Mines, Amuse, and HKS. So, we can go with one of these brands. We're going to go for HKS just because it's a bit different, why not? And we're basically just gonna max this out. So I'm gonna do that, and I will be back once I'm done.
Please, I get that money! I get that money. Bitch, give me what you got. I get that money.
Right, that took so much longer than it needed to. I really forgot how long PS2 loading times were. That took a good 10 minutes. But now, we're finally done. I just need to tune it. So, before we do tune it, I just want to give you guys an overview of what the car is actually like. So, it's running 411 horsepower. It's got 461 Newton meters of torque. And you can see how much it weighs and stuff as well. And it's done 88 Ks. So, yeah, that's it basically. And I think the rim choice was really nice actually. Once that's lowered, that's gonna look really, really nice. And I've got a feeling this thing is gonna go sideways really, really easily. I honestly think the hardest thing about racing on Gran Turismo 4 is going to be using the PS2 controller, because this was before the days of triggers. So that means I'm going to have to use X and square. The whole point in this is it was for it to make it a drift car. And traction control's on, for fuck's sake. How do I turn traction control off? Right, there we go. Again, that took so much longer than it needed to. I've been recording for about 30 minutes now, and I haven't even got into a fucking race yet. Right, let's see how this thing finally is. We've got no traction control. It's just me and the open road. And immediately, this thing is a lot more slidey. Oh my god. I think the hardest thing is actually getting it into a slide. This is going to be hard. This is going to be so hard. Like I said, the hardest thing is going to be able to actually get this into a slide because of how the game plays. I have no throttle control because I am using X and circle. I have literally no throttle control, although that was a good drift. That was a good drift. This is hard. This is really hard because obviously X and square are like really hard to fuck me. Now obviously because X and square are pretty much digital like controls, it's not analog like a trigger would be. It's really hard to like manage the throttle, and I just keep spinning out. Oh, that was a good one. That was a bit of a flick. This was going to be a fail no matter what I did, for a drift build at least. If it was a drift build, it was going to be a fail regardless. Oh my god, look at that. Jesus Christ. Into that. Yes, drift. That's successful. I'm counting that. That was a successful drift. I wonder what it's like if I just try to race with this. Does it still go sideways? Because I'm feeling it's very playful right now. Gran Turismo's force physics don't really like lend themselves to drifting very well. It's mainly a racing setup. But I've got to say, even then, this still feels like it could still go sideways. If you were a drifter back on Gran Turismo 4, I salute you, because this shit is so hard. Oh my god, I did it! I did the drift! Replay that one back. Oh my god, I did it! I did the drift! With a bit of practice, I reckon I could probably get this done, to be honest. Oh my god, I'm linking them. Kind of. I'm getting into a bit of a rhythm. Again, like I said, it's on like the last portion of the drift, the last phase of the drift. I don't really know how to exit properly on this game. Oh, it's a bit odd. Like there. I definitely do urge you guys to have a go for yourself though, because this is not as easy as it looks. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this stick and twist. If you did, make sure to go ahead and hit the like, subscribe. I will see you guys in the next one. You guys have been awesome. Stay safe and peace.